Occurred to me as I put up that pregnancy test video that I had to take it down because I really got to protect that girl, Storm Reid, and not only that, I got to protect everybody around me. That all these celebrity girls that I'm coming in contact with, they put protection on me all the time, and how they do that is they have to really sell that they don't know me, no matter what the fuck they doing. They have to be like, yo, I don't know this nigga, who is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? And the reason why they have to do that is because I'm related to an icon rapper. And this icon rapper happens to be Tupac Shakur. Now, if I'm related to this person and people hate him, but they say they love him, but they really fucking hate him, can you see why I have to have them do this shit? So I don't care if it makes me look like a liar or whatever, but I mean, everybody always think I'm lying, so I don't really give a shit about that. So that's not the case. But anyway, I gotta tell y'all some shit. So all I remember is that Scott Jackson, she was texting me and Storm Reid at the same time. She never called. She never said shit. Now in the text messages, she wasn't saying anything. Not something serious like she was pregnant. So I'm like, I'm not really understanding why she's sending these text messages. So all I remember is that. I'm like, baby, Sky keeps sending me text messages. She like, yeah, she keeps sending me text messages too, talking about we can be friends again. And I'm like, in my mind, it's like that ain't gonna happen once I tell you that I'm pregnant. Like, what are you talking about? We can be friends again. I don't think that's gonna happen. And I don't even want to be her friend knowing that I did what I did. Like, I don't even want her to be my friend. Like, I don't think it's fair to her knowing what I did to her. So I'm like, right. So she was like, but I think for real, either somebody's like, I think she's setting us up because it just seems really fucking weird that she's like texting us back and forth. So I'm like, oh, okay. So all I remember is Demi Lovato, she calls me up and she's like, David. I'm like, what? She like, why didn't you pick up the phone when Scott Jackson called you? So I'm like, she ain't called me. She just kept sending me random text messages and sending it to my girl too. So she like, okay. And if you would have noticed, if you would have answered any of her text messages, she would have told you that she was pregnant. Just like your young ass bitch, Storm Reid. I'm like, oh, well, she never said that. I mean, why the fuck was she sending them creepy ass text messages? So she like, well, I don't know. Maybe the fucking young girl's scared. Maybe she thinks that you ain't gonna want to have nothing to do with her. She's saying she's trying to get an abortion. So I'm like, oh, okay. Look. So Demi like, yeah. That's you doing these young girls. So I'm like, okay, look. I'm gonna talk to Sky. She's like, you need to talk to that girl because she sounded really fucking scared as shit on the phone when she called me. So I'm like, okay, you really think she pregnant? So Demi like, I believe her ass pregnant. We was FaceTiming. She had a pregnancy test in her hand. She showed me the fucking results. The girl was telling the truth. And she was crying. So I know that it happened. So I'm like, okay. She's like, and I know you had something to do with it. Cause you was with that bitch. So I'm like, all right, okay, I'll talk to her. So she like, David, she's not like any of us. She's not a grown up. And fucking Storm Reid is not a fucking grown up either. So she like, oh, and guess what? I told her mother. I'm like, you told who mother? She like, I told Storm mother that she was pregnant. So Storm was like, her eyes got really big. I mean, like seriously big. So all I remember out of nowhere, Storm mom calls her up, like literally is calling her. So she answered the phone. She's like, yeah, mom. She's like, bring your ass to this fucking damn hotel room right the fuck now. I am so fucking sick of this. I knew you was hiding something. I knew you was hiding. She's like, hiding what? I'm not hiding anything. So she's like, you pregnant, girl? You pregnant? Storm like, what are you talking about? I am not pregnant. I don't know what you talking about, who you getting your information from, but I am not pregnant. She was like, Demi just texted me and told me that you was having some older guy baby. Who is this older guy? Is it the person that you in the music video with? I want to meet his ass now. So Storm like, Mom, you don't know what's going on. First of all, Demi Lovato is out to get me. She's lying on me and making up all these stories on me. I do not know what you're talking about, Mom. First of all, I never had sex a day in my life. I don't even know what sex is. So she like, okay, if you're not having sex, let me take you to a clinic in this city. They have hospitals where we at right now. Let me take you to one of them so I can see and find out for myself if you still a virgin. I'm not going off your word no more, girl. I'm not going off of your word. Cause you know what? You sending me a lot of signals and signs that you doing something. You keep leaving out, you keep sneaking out doing stuff. And the main story that sticks out the most is that you kept going to a damn jeweler to get a damn men's ring. So that's the main key right there. So she like, well, Mom, I am not doing anything and I have nothing to hide about nothing. So she like, okay, I am taking you to the hospital. No, I'm going to take you to the clinic and we're going to find out if you hiding something from me or if you telling me the truth. Because see, I'm not going off your word no more. Because see, your word don't mean a damn thing without the truth behind it. So she like, okay, so what are you doing that for? So she like, I'm doing it because I want to know if my daughter is having sex or if she's lying to me just to get her damn way. Now, if I find out you're having sex, not only am I going to shut this whole damn thing down, she's like, you can't shut it down, Mom. You already took the money and you already deposited the money. So she like, well, you lucky that I already did all that. She's like, okay, well, I'll just be around every day while y'all filming that damn music video. So she like, Mom, why? So she like, because I can't trust you. Because you lying to me. So she like, okay, Mom. What? She's like, okay, Mom, what do you want to know? She's like, I want to know what you really doing. There's no way that girl Demi gonna text me some stuff like that and lie about it. It would have to be some truth behind it. So either tell me the truth now or I'm gonna find out the truth later. So she like, she like, hello, are you going to tell me or do I got to take you to the clinic? Because see, I'm going to find out one way or another. I'm going to find out. So I don't have to hear another lie. So she like, fine, Mom. Look, Mom, I'm still a virgin. She like, okay. So you going with that story. So she's like, okay, I'm taking you to the clinic. And if I find out that your ass lying, you getting the ass whooping, you getting punished, and you ain't never, ever, 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 ever gonna be able to do a damn thing again. Not one thing by your damn self ever again. That trust will be gone. So she like sitting on the phone and Storm like start to cry. She like, she fucking ruined everything. That bitch. So I'm like, okay, well, don't even worry about it. I'm on top of it. She's like, how? When she take me to the fucking clinic, Mom? She's like, when she take me to the fucking clinic, David, the results are going to tell her that I'm having sex. And it's not going to be any more me and you anymore. So I'm like, don't you worry about that. I got it. She's like, how, David? How? So I sent my doctors on over. They came on over. And what they did was they put a fake, vagina on her vagina, made it look like her vagina, and they put blood and shit in there. But the way they hooked it up on her vagina is when the fucking clinic run the test on her, and they'd be like, oh, she's still a virgin. So she was like, do you really think this shit gonna work? I'm like, it's gonna work. Just trust me. I know. This is the top of the line. I paid good money for this shit. Girl, it's gonna work. So she like, all right. So she goes to her mother and they goes to the clinic or whatever like that. She calls me back like 2 hours later and she's like, David, that shit actually worked. I'm like, it worked. She's like, That it worked. They say I'm still a virgin. My mother is in a car looking stupid as shit right now. I'm like, she is. She's like, mm-hmm. She in the car looking real dumb. Like, she not even saying shit to me. She literally sitting there looking stupid. She got the dumb look on her face. It's really funny right now. Like, she not saying nothing. And I'm the one making her look stupid now. Because I'm like, I told you I ain't having sex. And she ain't saying nothing. So I'm on my way back to you, baby. Thank you so much. So, she gets back and she's like, baby, that shit actually worked. I was so scared that that shit wasn't gonna work. I'm like, well, she's like, there's another thing I gotta do. Call Demi up for me, please, baby. I'm like, okay, let's just, she's like, no, you don't gotta call her. I'll text the bitch. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna deal with Demi. She's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. So I called Demi up. Demi like, yeah, David. I'm like, let me ask you a question. She's like, what? I'm like, now, why the fuck would you tell her mother that she was pregnant? She's like, I don't know. I didn't tell her mother anything. So I'm like, well, how did she know that she was carrying a baby if you didn't say anything? So she's like, fine, David, you caught me. I said it. I said it because you don't belong with that bitch. She is too fucking young to be in your damn life. And yes, I did it to break y'all up. I'm like, well, you didn't succeed because when they took her to the clinic, they said that she was still a virgin. So then be like, how the fuck they say she was still a virgin? So I'm like, don't worry about that. So then be like, you lying. That ain't happened. I'm like, yes it did. Yes it did. Her mother took her to the clinic, and guess what? See, when you're a trillionaire, you can make stuff like that happen. So she was like, you paid off the doctors. I'm like, I didn't pay off any of them damn doctors. I don't know none of the doctors that she went to. I have my own specialized doctors. So she was like, so her mother was dumb enough to go to your doctors. I'm like, she didn't go to my doctors either. She went to the clinic. So she's like, well, if she didn't go to your fucking doctors, then how in the hell did they say she was still a virgin? So I'm like, it don't matter. I just took care of it. I'm like, I just took care of it my way. She's like, so what the fuck? How did you take care of it your way? Because if she didn't go to your doctors or you didn't pay off them doctors that they went to, I don't see how the fuck they can say she's still a virgin when her ass is clearly fucking not. So I'm like, well, money is a good thing when you use it for a good thing. She's like, no, because you used it to fucking lie to her mother and make her mother look like a fucking idiot. So I'm like, well, I wouldn't have to do that if you didn't run your fucking mouth like a damn jealous ass bitch. She's like, oh, so you calling me a bitch now? I'm like, look, if the shoe fits. Now, I never said that I didn't care about you or love you. Now, all this is doing is making me not love your ass more. So she's like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, because now this shows a side of you that I never seen before. I never seen you do no shit like this before. This is like some real cold-hearted shit. This is some real sneaky shit. So she like, David, you don't belong with that bitch and I know it. So that's why I took matters into my own hands. I'm like, but your fucking plan backfired. So she's like, yeah, it backfired because you fucking did some shit. Well, I don't know what the fuck you did. You ain't gonna tell me either. I'm like, no, I'm not. So she's like, however you did that shit and got them damn doctors to say that her ass was still a virgin when she clearly is fucking not, I don't know how the hell you did it. And I mean, I really want to know how you did it. So I'm like, I'm not telling you how I did it. So she's like, why? I'm like, so you can go tell her fucking mother how I did it? No, I'm not telling you. Because now I know your ass is a fucking wink. I'm like, now I know you're a fucking wink link. She like, what you mean by that? I'm like, you are a fucking wink. You look like the wink, like the weakest link. You know what that means, right? Like your ass. She's like, I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's what the fuck you are. You are a fucking damn a threat to the society of my baby Storm Reid. So she like, well, oh, so you really not going? I'm like, Demi, I see you on the set tomorrow with Storm Reid. She like, I'm not coming in tomorrow, David. Yeah, I'm pulling you. I have shit better else to do than to fuck around with your shit all day. So go ahead, bring her all you want. You won't see me there for that shit. I am so done with this shit, and I'm done with you, David. She's like, I'm gonna stay pregnant and I'm gonna keep your babies, but I am done with this shit. I'm like, okay. She's like, you wanna be with a young bitch? Then go ahead, David. Be my fucking guest. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. She's like, yeah, whatever. So, yeah, man, it was a pretty intense phone call, but nonetheless, I got my feelings out. She got her feelings out, and it is what it is. Deuces.